Hey, hello, everyone. Good evening. Good to see everybody. Hey, Gina, how you doing tonight? APG and chat, much love. Much love to you. Much love to you. You are number one. Number one in here tonight. God bless. God bless. And Samantha, you're number two. Number two in here tonight. APG chat mods. Hello to you, girl. Absolutely hello to you. Much love. Number two. Number three, Lisa. Hey, y'all. Hey to you, girl. Hey to you. God bless. God bless. Much love. And number four, Miss Foxy. Hi, PG chat mods. Hello, Miss Foxy. How you doing tonight? And there is Ronnie. How you doing, sweetie? Susie Q. How you doing? Here is PG, in case you guys want to take a link and come up. All right. Hey, Miss Justice, how you doing tonight? That number one spot. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. God bless. Oh God. Uh, Don't get me laughing tonight, y'all. I went out of here last night laughing. I can't do that again. Right? Can't do that again. Angel, how you doing? Cool gamer, how you doing, sweetie? God bless. Nerdy girl, how you doing, hun? Oh, that is beautiful, Carrie. That is absolutely beautiful. Hi, PG Mods and chat. Good to see you all. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Arctic, I love that. God bless PG and her family. Love you, PG. Oh, that is so sweet. God bless. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good to see you in here. Arctic is beautiful mod. She's a beautiful mod in here. And I am so grateful, thankful to have all these beautiful mods. Absolutely for Summer's channel. God bless. And let me see. One way. Yeah. My way or the highway. Hey, PG. Hello. How you doing, girl? God bless. God bless. I'm making it to the bottom, y'all. I'm making it to the bottom. Oh, I'm down here. I'm down here. Boy, you can tell it's close to Halloween, right? We got Magic Jack. Hey, y'all, from Cookersville, Tennessee. Oh wow, they're right there. They're right there in the vicinity too. Amen. Um, so we say hello, neighbor. Right? God bless. Florida girl, I see you. I see you, girl. Suzanne, how you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? Oh, that's beautiful, Arctic. This is Summer's channel. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Florida girl says hello, everyone. Hello. And I am to the bottom. Finally to the bottom. I think I probably passed up a few people. Right? I think I passed up a few folks. But hey, that's all right. Uh, I catch them. I catch them next time. Um. Anyway, a lot going on, right? Day found time to make a whole short on PG. All right. Oh shit, she cracks me up. Right? She cracks me up. Yeah, at least I got her off her backside, right? PG got her up exercising a little bit, even if it was just her fingers, right? Instead of her mouth all the time chewing. instead of sharing, right? I think the last thing she got was a bunch of cookies. Didn't offer none of those things up to nobody either, did she? Man, how greedy can you be? I just gotta wonder about that. I gotta wonder about that. I'm thinking about testing it out. I just don't know if I could be greedy. And be like, you know, I have to wait. I have to wait till next time one of my kids, it's like, oh, mom, give me half of that. I'm going to be like, no, it's mine, all mine, right? They'd be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, being greedy. I just want to know what it's like. I want to know what that feels like to be greedy just one time. Then I freaking break down, right? Then I start thinking, oh boy, I'm gonna be in trouble with the Lord. Here you go, just take the whole thing. We won't even split it. Right? Just take it. I'm good. I can't be greedy. No way. I would have shared that funnel cake. I would have shared it with PG. I would have shared it. I'm still upset about that funnel cake, y'all. Because PG really does like strawberries. And I really like funnel cake. And I really like ice cream and whipped topping too. But did she offer me even a little bit of it? No. Didn't even hold it up to the camera. Like, PG, if you was here, I'd share this with you, girl. Right? Man, with friends like that, you don't need no enemies. Yeah, I ain't ever gonna let her sit at my table. Right? Day, you ain't gonna ever be sitting at my table after you ate all that funnel cake. You could have the meatballs. I wanted that damn funnel cake. But yeah. Oh, that is so sweet, Mama. She says, I'll get you a funnel cake, PG. Oh, that is so sweet. God bless. God bless. I'm going to hold you to that too, girl. All right? If I got to fly out there where you live, I'm going to hold you to it. Funnel cake, PG's there. Anyway, yeah. So, I will do tell. Yeah, I got her off her backside. She made a little short, Prayer Garden of America, quit lying. You need to quit lying. That's one thing PG don't do. Oh no. Oh no. I might do a lot of things, but I don't lie. That ain't one of the things I do. Right? If nothing else, I'm a truth teller. Because I need the truth. I love the truth. I want the truth. The truth is the only thing that sets people free. Until you can face the truth, you're pretty much screwed. Right? I mean, you can't change nothing unless you're willing to face the truth. The truth is the only thing that's going to find Summer, bring her home, get justice for her. It's the only thing that's going to find any missing child, bring them home and get justice for them. Right? The truth is the only thing that's going to let you know, if you look good or not. You ask someone, hey, how's this dress look? And they lie. Then you're going to be looking weird. If they tell the truth, not so great, then you get a different one. And you get a different one. I don't know. You get a different one. And then finally, wow, that looks nice. and then you looking like $1,000,000, you know? And the truth helped you do that. So that's why I don't like liars. I don't have no room in my life for them. And Day Day certainly is a liar. Now she can, try to turn the table and twist it any way she wants. But we know who the liar is here. And it ain't PG. I'm going to prove that tonight. I'm going to prove that. But as always, I take care of Summer's case first. Because all that penny ante shit comes last, right? That comes second to Summer. Day Day definitely is going to come second to Summer. Trust and believe me. No matter how many shorts or longs or whatever she makes, she's still going to be second to Summer. So I'm going to take care of Summer's case right now, first and above all, because this is Summer's channel, put together for Summer by God. And God put all of you here as Summer's army and supporters and her voice. And I thank him for that. I absolutely thank him for that. So let's get started. Let's get started on what's been going on out here. For one, and I still got my cold. I don't know, like I said, usually, man, it's hard for me to shake anything. I mean, I swear, stuff just wants to hang on to me. I don't care if it's humans or what it is. It just hangs on, right? Let's take a look. Because in the description tonight, and I want to thank Evil Exist. I want to give a shout out to Evil Exist because that's who brought these things to our attention. And to our attention, or to my attention. And there was another channel that I went on. Can't think of the name of that channel. Can't think of the name of it. I was there. Oh, I know what it is. Shay's Safe Place. I don't know if you guys have heard of Shay's Safe Place, but it's one of the channels that is for Summer, absolutely for Summer, and it's one of the channels I kind of stopped in the other day, in between some of my appointments and things. I get an opportunity, or my lunch breaks. You get a couple breaks and then your lunch break. And right now I'm working from home, so I get a chance to pop over into some chats and stuff, during the day, and check those, see what's up, what people's doing. Anyhow, long story short, I stopped in there on Shay's Safe Place, and I actually got a warm welcome. And that's that's rare for PG. That's absolutely rare for me. Um, to get warm welcomes in most people's chats. So I wanted to shout out to her and let her know how much I appreciated the kindness when I was there. Um, it's beautiful when you don't have to put up with a lot of hatred on your back. So I was really appreciative, um, to be welcomed in there. Um, with that being said, and I wanted to give the shout out to Evil Exists because that's who, it's a she. It sounds like a he, but it's a she. That's the one that, you know, brought this back from the past, a blast from the past of exactly what Candus and Grandis and them were doing right after Sweet Little Summer came up missing. So, but yeah, okay. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about firsthand tonight, was that. So I'm going to knock this down. We're going to get started. This is within the first few weeks of Summer's disappearance. Candus is seen at a corner store type thing buying a basically a pipe. So you know that she's going to what she's doing with that, right? And there she is, right there, right there. So you know she's making sure she gets hers, right? She's making sure she gets hers. But even what's even more so is her daughter's missing, and here they are. Look at her and Grandis. Look at her and Grandis. Water park, right? Look at that big old smile on her face. Take a look at that giant smile on her face. How happy she is. You tell me, you tell me what mother could look like this with a missing child. Your daughter's missing. You can't find her. Are you really going to be at a water park? Are you going to be at a water park, or are you going to be out there handing out flyers door to door, searching and looking and pounding the road until you find your child? What are you going to be doing? Well, it looks to me like Candus was having fun, right? She is having fun. Yeah, absolutely having herself a ball. So you got a missing kid. I'll leave that up to law enforcement. This is their job, right? Not mommy's. Um, I beg the difference. I beg the difference. I think it's up to a parent. I think it's up to a parent to do everything they can to get their child found. I think that's up to a parent. It's up to that parent to be handing out them flyers. It's up to that parent to be doing everything they can do to get money up for billboards, to get money up for an attorney immediately. Not an attorney, no, you don't lawyer up. You get a lawyer to get all the information that law enforcement has. So that, through your attorney, through your through your attorney, you can get your hands on everything that law enforcement has their hands on. What I'm saying is, there's no way that you're going to be left out of the loop. Whatever information law enforcement has, they have to give it up to the lawyer, and they can't be um, hiding anything or only telling you half of what's going on. They have to keep you in the loop, and you want to stay in the loop, right? You need to stay in the loop in order to find your child. You need to stay on law enforcement's back. You need to have all of these things in place if you truly have a missing child. And if you truly have a missing child, of course, you're going to have all of this in place. Of course you are. Because you're going to want to work real close to law enforcement. You're going to want to do everything in your power to get your child back, or at least find your child. And when people see the parents diligently doing everything they can do to get their child returned home, then these people, if they know anything, they'll come forth and talk, right? Maybe someone that's seen something, knows something, and they keep seeing you in the news. They're going to speak up and tell, right? Michael Vaughn's case. The lady over there with the weird husband, seeing Michael's mother on the news all the time with law enforcement, seen her out there searching for her son, seen her knocking on doors, seen her running all over the place, diligently searching. And finally this lady speaks up, right? She finally speaks up. And there wouldn't have been no leads to any of that if that lady wouldn't have spoke up and spilled some beans. And the reason she did that, I believe, is because she saw how these parents were working so diligently to find their son. But Candus and Donald, they have done nothing except convince everyone out here that they're guilty as hell, right? That's all they've done by playing their games, trying harder to keep their child from being found, than they have to get it found. It's sad. It's sad the way these parents have acted, right? Yeah, that's my opinion. But it's a hell of a lot of other people's opinion as well, because we've all been here and we've seen it. We've seen it. But is this the way a mother acts? Really? A big smile on their face? Kind of reminds me, you know what this reminds you of? Leilani Simon and her mama, right? This reminds you of Leilani and Billy Joe. That's what it reminds me of. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Remember how they wanted to get out, have big smiles on their face? They wanted to get all the freedom they could. And maybe that's what Candus and Grandis is doing too. Maybe they were trying to get all the freedom they could because they really felt that law enforcement was going to figure out, what they done. But we're 2 years, 4 months down the road, and praying that Ronnie's got something that he's putting together right now, because it'll be a damn shame if he ain't, right? It'd be a damn shame if he ain't. Yeah, party time. Look at that. Look at that. Does that look like the face of a mother with a missing daughter? Does that look like the face of someone that even cares? Come on, y'all. What the hell's up with this? What's up with this, Candus? Hmm? What's up with this? How in the hell can you go somewhere like this? I mean, this is just weeks after Summer comes up missing. Just weeks. Look at this. People, oh, Candus has just been in such a bad way. I mean, it's been a year. It's been a couple years. She should be able to. Bitches, she was enjoying herself within weeks of her daughter coming up missing. I'm talking 3, 4 weeks. She's enjoying herself. Look at that face right there. You see do you see a mother in distress here? Do you see a mother at all here? Because I don't. I don't. I'm going to tell you what I see. What I see right here is a mother freaking incubator. That's what I see. It's a fucking incubator. And not even a fucking good one. This is like a damn out of date, ran down fucking incubator. Right? A 70s gal. I appreciate you, I appreciate, girl, you giving support for Summer's channel. God bless. God bless and much love. At the end of this live tonight, I got a meme. I got a meme for all of you that support Summer's channel tonight. Actually, I made a new one. I think you will enjoy it. And I will be playing that out before we leave for all the people that donate to this channel tonight. God bless. God bless. I appreciate it. Thank you for being such a caring soul, PG. God bless you. Hey girl, I appreciate it, but all glory to God. All glory to God. He's the one that's put me here, and I'll be here until he decides I need to be somewhere else, doing something else. But I appreciate him having me here for Summer Moon, Utah Wells, and whatever other missing children that we decide to cover during the course of all of this. So I absolutely appreciate, the Lord let me be here and meet so many wonderful people who truly care about these missing children. It's amazing. It's amazing to be here and see that. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. Absolutely. So, God bless. Yeah. Yeah, she couldn't even go around water to have fun, right? And right there the bitch is at the water park. Absolutely. Absolutely. There she is at the water park. And what is she doing? Having fun. Having fun. That's what she's doing. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Cockatoo. I appreciate that. God bless. Hey, PG. Love all your hard work. Take the kids for ice cream or something because a first time grandma. Oh, your first time grandma. All right. God bless. She says I became a first time grandma. Absolutely. Wow. Congratulations. Absolutely. Congratulations. It is, I'm going to tell you, there is no feeling like the feeling of holding a newborn baby in your arms, right? That just hold that little gift from God in your arms. And there is no greater love than to hold a child in your arms like that. I don't care whose child it is. I don't care, if it's your own, if it's your grandchild, if it's your girlfriend's or family member's baby. It is just wonderful to hold that little baby in your arms. I mean, you fall in love with it, right? The first time you look at it, you just fall in love with a baby. How could anyone ever ever do anything to a child? I don't know. I don't understand, because from the minute you've seen it, and it, like I said, it doesn't matter who it belongs to. From the minute you saw it, you loved it, and you watched it grow, right? You watched this baby um, start walking. You watch it crawl, start walking. You watch it, before you know it, it's running up to you, and and talking to you. You reading it stories, telling it stories, chasing it around. Um, they just capture your heart. Children capture your heart, and how someone can do anything to a child, I don't understand. I don't. I won't ever be able to understand that, no matter how hard I try. Oh wow, Yogi, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. Wow, you guys are amazing. This is starting out as a beautiful night, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm worried, because anytime it comes in like a lamb, it goes out like a lion. So I can only imagine I might have the dancer in the back tonight or something, right? I'm probably going to I know something by the end of this night. I'm hoping not, but that's usually how it goes. Usually how it goes. But I appreciate that support for Summer's channel. God bless. God bless. I really do. I appreciate it. Um, you guys are amazing and absolutely kind. God bless. Um, but yeah, I don't understand it. I'm sure I'm sure when you held that grandbaby in your arms, if you've gotten to yet, um, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think everybody here knows what I'm talking about. Even if you ain't got children, you've held other people's, and you know exactly what I'm saying. Oh wow. I can, I'm going down the line there, and I'm finding more and more. Mommy of six, I appreciate that. Justice for Summer Wells. We all appreciate all you do, PGA. I so appreciate you guys, and wow, you guys are going to cheer me up, supporting the channel this much tonight. I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. I certainly appreciate it. And I know if Summer was here, she'd appreciate it too. God bless each and every one of you. God bless. Oh, wow. And here again, Zelda, I appreciate it. Praying for Summer to be brought home. God bless, girl. I so appreciate the support tonight. I really do. I really do. God bless. This is beautiful. Amen. Congratulations to you and your daughter. They are so precious. God bless. Wow, Brenda, I appreciate that. In Jesus' name, for Summer and PG. Hey, Brenda, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless, girl. Amen. I so appreciate that. I really do. I am so grateful. Um, That is real. Um, Amen. She said, thank you so much, everyone. My second family here. Love you all. Hey, we love you too. We love you too, girl. God bless. God bless. Amen. Brenda, thank you for your support for Summer's channel. God bless you. Amen. Hey, Arctic, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. God bless. Um, Maybe this is a sign of celebration at PG. Um, I'm going to tell you when PG is going to celebrate is when summer is found. When summer is found, I can't celebrate with this little girl out there needing to be found, right? I can't celebrate when I know this little girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, is out there out there with someone somewhere needing to be found. I don't know who Don and Candace might have handed Summer off to, but they had to hand her to someone. And that someone knows where Summer is. That someone knows if she's still with us or she's not. That someone can lead us right to her. It's a matter of finding that someone. It's a matter of, you know, law enforcement says Don and Candace ain't cooperating. Don and Candace ain't telling them anything. Don and Candace ain't giving them the answers they need to really, you know, find Summer. I don't even think Don and Candace. I don't even think Don and Candace know where Summer's at. I don't think they even know if she's still with us or not. I don't think they care. And I think that's why it's easy for them to continue on and do what they're doing. I truly believe that if it would have been an accident or something, and I truly believe if they were the ones that destroyed Summer, they wouldn't be able to act the way they're acting. I think that, I think they basically did whatever they did, in my opinion. That's my opinion. They did whatever they did. And they, it's like, well, we're not the ones that did it. If this is what those people done, then that's on them, not us. Right? We just gave her away. We just gave her away, and, for money or substance, right? We got what we wanted. They got what they wanted. And whatever they do is on them. I think that's how they're looking at it, to be perfectly honest with you. That's my opinion. But that's how I think they're looking at it. And I think that, they're not having a hard time, with their mental capacity and the way they think. I don't think they're having a hard time, living with what they've done. Right? Look at the smile on her face. Look at the smile on her face. She doesn't care. She does not care what Summer's going through. She don't care what her sons are going through. She don't care what anyone's going through. All this woman gives a fuck about is herself. Why? Because that's the way she that's the way she has been. Personally, I think that's the way she was brought up. I think that Candus was brought up to care about nobody but her fucking self. I think that, her parents moved from one state to another to get her, treatment, right? She had a little birth defect, and they took her to another state to, get her the treatment she needed to, you know, to help her. And I think that, Candace has always had everybody worrying about her and her just having to worry about herself, because they viewed her as, the parents early on viewed Candace as, you know, um, someone with medical conditions that needed to be taken care of, and they handled her with kid gloves because of her medical issues. And therefore Candace became selfish, self-centered, self-seeking. um you know just think about herself. And and then in her first marriage she had two kids, and she didn't think about those kids, she thought about her because that's what she was used to thinking about. Everything always revolved around Candace. And Candace, loved it. She relished in everything revolving around her. Candace loved being in the spotlight. She didn't want no one else in that spotlight but her. She didn't want her kids in it. She didn't want any of her other family in it. She just wants her in it, right? And that's a problem. That's a problem. Because people like that, they don't love other people. They actually despise other people that might, get the spotlight to shine on them. Because now you're taking it off of Candace. And, and I think that's a lot of reason why Summer's no longer with us too. Because I think the kids were taking the spotlight off of Candace when it came to things, right? Hey, Scorpion Queen, I appreciate that. You are heaven sent, PG, for keeping Summer's name in the spotlight. Summer has an amazing army behind her. And I'm sorry, but the thing's kind of over top of it, so I'm going to have to go back up here and read it. Summer has an amazing army behind her, and we won't rest until she is found. You, this channel, and mods are truly amazing. We love you, Mama PG. Hey, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. I love you guys too. I absolutely love each and every one of y'all. And I so appreciate the support for this channel. God bless. Yeah, I'm thankful that God has gave Summer a strong and amazing army to be behind her. I thank God that He did put me here for Summer. Because from what I was seeing before we showed up here was a lot of people going around the mulberry bush. A lot of people just going in every direction, not even caring about landing on the truth and putting the puzzle together to get the answers needed for Summer. That's what I was seeing. And that wasn't what I supposed to have been seeing. What I supposed to have been seeing was a whole lot of people working to find the answers. To put those answers in the right hands to be put in, to be placed in the order they needed to be placed in order to find this little girl, bring her home, and get justice for her. But that wasn't happening. Matter of fact, a whole lot of information we could have got, we didn't get because people were shutting the wells down as if they were protecting them. And I understand that these creators thought that, they would, they would get the answers behind the scene. But these creators didn't understand the criminal mind, right? They are not educated on how a criminal minds work. Even if you have one, you're not educated on them. You only know what you know. You're not overall educated, but you know enough to know if somebody warns you, well, if you don't want me telling all of them, then I'm sure the hell not going to be telling you, right? I mean, a criminal mind, when you tell them not to say something, now you got them thinking upon the topic that you told them not to be addressing. And now that they sat and thought about it, they're not going to tell you nothing either. They're not going to, you should have just let them keep talking and put out all the information. That's what you needed to do. Is let them keep talking and get out all the information needed to help the child. I mean, because this is the best way for law enforcement to hear it, right? You don't have to get it behind the scenes and then sneak it off to law enforcement. You let that person come out here, you let them go mayhem, say whatever they're going to say, and you pray to God they slip up so law enforcement can do something to put them, where they need to be, in prison. But these creators weren't doing that. They were shutting them down, giving them time to think about things, and then we didn't get the answers we needed for Summer. And I was truly sorry about that. But there's nothing you could do because these creators are, well, look at Day Day right now. She thinks she's, look how mean she is, thinking she's got the wells in her pocket. She's just a horrible human being. You can't talk to them. You can't tell them nothing, right? They're not going to work with you because they got their own damn agenda. And that's to try to get the click, likes, and views. And no, it's not the hell with us. They're saying to hell with Summer. That's what they're doing. And I have no respect for creators that do that. Absolutely not. I don't. Cher did it. Benny did it. Daisy's doing it. Right? And I have no respect for them at all. They could kiss the backside of PG's ass 7 days a week. Because I have no respect for humans that do that type of thing in these missing children's cases. We are here to get all the answers we can. We are here to let the parents go mayhem and not stop them. Just let them talk. Just let them run their mouth and say whatever the hell they're going to be saying. Because that could be the answers that brings that baby home. You don't stop that kind of stuff. You don't play them kind of games. Fuck your click, likes, and views. That's all I got to say. Hi, PG. Love you and everything you do for Summer. But the heartbreaking part in all of this case is the not knowing where Summer is or what happened to Summer. I agree, Carrie. I agree, girl. And it is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. But I can assure you, I can assure you that law enforcement behind the scenes are doing everything they can to try to figure out. I don't think they're trying to figure out what Don and Candus did, because I think they've already got the answers to that. I think they're trying to figure out who else is involved in this, who they handed her off to, and where did that person go. Because they know that's going to be the answers to finding Summer, and getting the answers to prosecute the rest. So I think that's what they're diligently working on right now, is to try to find out where Summer went after she got handed off. I truly believe that they have very probable cause to believe the Wells absolutely pre-planned, premeditated, and carried out that plan on June 15th, 2021. They had a premeditated plan that was carried out. And with both of them missing from work, and Don bedding himself in, you know, in that time frame, he bedded himself in with alibis, right? Or he thought he did. That just showed, that, he was involved, and he was trying to cover his own ass by bedding himself in with, the phone and Starlink and all the 7 alibi bullshit. Really what he done is show his guilt. And that's why he's number one suspect in his daughter's disappearance. Candus, the same way. 2-minute bullshit. I put her in the house story, but I don't know if the basement door was locked or unlocked, because I don't remember. No, you don't, because you didn't check it, you dumb bitch. You wasn't even in the basement, other than standing at the bottom of the stairs, ready to come back up to try to, figure out how much the boys knew, and if they missed your ass while you was gone, and Granny was outside keeping watch. And, and don't think they took in consideration Grandma selling her camper, when she didn't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, and all of a sudden she's got a pocket full of money to run all over the place with, and buy a new vehicle. And, Granny's been spending some money, whether you know it or not. She's been spending some bucks, and that's what's going to get them caught as well. Because how are you going to have money after a child comes up missing that your ass did not have before that child came up missing? That's a big red flag, Grandma. That's a big red flag. So, yeah. Trust and believe there's going to be questions upon that one. Absolutely. Carrie, I appreciate your support for the channel. God bless. Much love, hon. But yeah, that's totally and utterly ridiculous. That I don't even know what to say. If law enforcement hasn't, seen all these things, and seen all these signs, I don't know what to say for law enforcement, to be honest with you, because none of us missed it. We sure didn't miss none of them signs, that's for sure. Grandis didn't get no settlement. Grandis didn't get no settlement. I don't know where that came from. No, she didn't. Grandma retired. God, I don't know when she retired, but it was like, when was Noah on the earth? I think somewhere around that time, Grandis retired. That's what I'm thinking. her ass was living up there. Her ass was living up there in that hill in that freaking hoarder camper she had, right? Didn't even have a fucking toilet. I don't know where she took a piss or a dump, because did you see the bathroom? Unless she had a porta potty somewhere, um, you know, sitting around in a corner. I don't know where the hell she used the toilet, because she had the whole bathroom full of boxes and shit, right? I mean, the whole bathroom was, she used the bathroom as a damn closet to hold a bunch of shit she didn't even need. You see the inside of that place? I mean, you can honestly say, like mother, like daughter there, right? They definitely was a like mother, like daughter there. Um, they both was like super nasty. That camper was super nasty. But she was living up in there on Social Security, and you know, pinching pennies. She was pinching pennies. Her, all of her habits and her bullshit. Um, I don't know. She looked at me like, Candus looked at me like she was sitting inside that camper, buying a bunch of shit, a bunch of jewelries and shit off of one side or another. She looked like a shopaholic. That's what I'm trying to say. She looked like a shopaholic, right? I think she was like spending all of her money on crazy things, and then she did you see all that creepy wood she had outside of her camper? She had a bunch of creepy ass wood laying outside the camper. I mean, what fucking old woman drags a big ass stick home from somewhere? What old person? Oh, wait a minute, turn around, back up. We gotta go back there and get that big ass fucking tree branch. It won't fit in the car. Well, you know what? I'll just drag it home. You drive slow and I'll drag it. What the hell? Yeah, I'll put it right here next to my camper. That's weird. I mean, it wasn't like, it was a whittler or anything, right? It ain't like she sat outside with and whittled the wood into something, like some people do, or, used it to make furniture or a table, or, she wasn't using it for nothing. She just had all this creepy ass wood laying around outside the camper, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe she was out there dropping it on the ground, turn into a snake, and it didn't. Well, that it wasn't a good one. She dragged another one home, drop it on the ground, turn into a snake, and it didn't. And she like, oh, this one ain't good either. One day I'm going to find one that I drop it on the ground, it's going to turn into a snake. I don't know. But she had a whole lot of fucking sticks out there. You know what I'm saying? For snakes to hide in. I mean, I would think you want to keep around your camper clear, so nothing can get in there and possibly, come out and bite your ass like a raccoon or something. But, I don't know what was up with them people. They were pretty disgusting. I mean, that place looked like the city fucking dump. It looked like every time they went past a trash pail, they decided to stop and bring it home with them, right? Unload it. I don't know what the hell's going on. Um, you know, what you mean pay a garbage man? They should be paying us. We pack all that garbage home with us. They ain't picked nothing up in months. Every time we see a garbage pail, we stop and get it. Right? That's what it looked like to me. When they say one man's trash is another man's treasure, well, I believe it now. No, Spirit, you are not. You are not blocked. Spirit said, "Am I blocked?" No, we see you. We absolutely see you, girl. Um, yeah, it does. It looks like it's straight out of a horror show. I agree. I agree with that. Your dream catcher's your nightmare. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if she's selling that stuff or she actually bought it and then trying to sell it for a profit. Um, that might be where all her money goes every month, and then she can't sell it. I mean, it's easy to get that stuff, but it is hard to get rid of it, right? Like, like you buy that Avon or you buy, um any of that stuff. And man, I'm going to tell you what, you could have a freaking box full of that stuff and cannot get rid of it, right? I mean, you could put it out in a yard sale, you could take it to the flea market, you can do whatever you want with it, but you be packing it back up and bringing it home. Um, People just, it's hard to get rid of things. Really hard to get rid of stuff. Yeah, she probably did, Katie. I bet she did. Um, Especially when he pulled the plug on her trailer, right? He's out there pulling the electric plug on the trailer. He's like, "Look, Granny, if you ain't gonna pay it, then you ain't gonna have none." Um, so I think she was forced into paying the electric bill if she wanted electric going to her trailer, right? Donald's like, "You don't pay no rent, you old bat. The most you could do is pay the electric bill." So I heard when the electric got shut off and he had to pay it, he would go out and unplug hers because she was supposed to pay it and let it double up or whatever. And yeah, Donald's a plug puller, right? Him and Day Day's got that in common. Him and Day Day's got that in common, folks, from what Jinky says. You got that right, Terry. I have to agree. I have to agree. Yeah, they plug pullers, straight up. They really are. I wouldn't make that up. That's what I hear anyway. There she is. Look at that. Look at that. Take a look at it. It freaking looks like SpongeBob SquareBritches friend, right? Looks like under the sea, kind of like Ursula. All right. There's Ursula. Right. What it looks like to me. I mean, wow. Yeah, that put your eyes out. Right? Oh my God. Fucking big old man. I don't know. Uh, she really does. She looks like a fucking balloon, right? She looks like a damn balloon. One of those big old awkward ones. Um, you know, all out of shape and shit. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, blimp. You're right. That's true. That's true. Big old freaking blimp. But yeah, Just- I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a damn how hot. Hottie? No, absolutely not. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care how hot it was that day. You feel like you were in Alaska when you saw that coming at you, right? You think you just took a cold shower. No doubt in my mind. Right? No doubt in my damn mind. It's like, whoa, back it up, baby. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Wide load coming through. Right? Her and Grandis walking together is an earthquake. Right? Oh, shit. I better be quiet. I gotta be good. I gotta be good. I'm trying. I'm trying. I didn't want to throw Allie in there. Right? I gotta be nice.
Let's be straight. The Wells boys were taken during the chaos of traumatic panic and emotional upheaval in the parent's life. And
Oh my gosh. Uh Man, that Tim, you are a drama queen, right? You are a drama queen for real. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. Um, I picture Tim dressed up like his mother, sitting at a desk writing this shit. All right, that's the picture that goes through my head when I hear when I hear this shit. All right, can't help it. Can't help it.
the boy's life. The DCS had never worked with an Amber Alert family, so their protocol child rescue techniques hardly apply now.
Um, because they ain't ever worked with an Amber Alert family, because there's no such thing as Amber Alert families other than in your imagination. Tim, you can't make shit up. You can't make shit up and then believe it's real. Wow, we're learning more about Tim than I thought. Right?
Yes, the DCS helped protect the boys. A long time ago. That is old news.
No, Tim. They're still protecting the boys. Um, I know you like to use DCS, Department Child Services. It's CPS, Child Protective Services, Tim. Get it right. Child Protective Services. And it's not old, it's new. They're still protecting the boys. What are they protecting them from? Well, we'll talk about that later, because right now I'm too interested in listening to you.
Don Wells came home 1 year ago. Once again.
From jail. All right. From jail, right? And he could have got out early if he would have did what he needed to be doing for his sons. Mr. Tim, let's see what he could have done for his sons. Well, one, paid good child support. Two, made sure that all of their needs were being met. Three, let me think here. Let me think. Oh yeah, I know. It just dawned on me. The light came on. Pop. There's the light. PG's head. Shining all over the place. You know what it's shining on, Mr. Tim? Hmm. And this ain't an imaginary family that is shining on. Amber alerts or whatever. This is real. What he's shining on is Don could have got out of jail earlier if what, Mr. Tim? He would have went to rehab and got off the substance abuse and done all the things that actually, Mr. Tim, he wouldn't even have been in jail if he would have just took the assistance that Dr. Phil was offering, right? I mean, they was going to go into a 5-star hotel and get rehab off the alcohol, off the substance abuse. They was going to go through all the steps to become clean, upstanding, uprighteous human beings in society. And they turned it down, Mr. Tim. Turned it down. And then Don spent extra time in jail. Why? Because he's supposed to went to AAA meetings and rehab when he got out. And he refused to do so. So he spent extra time in jail because when he got out, he wanted to be able to what, Mr. Tim? Get right back to abusing substance. And this is what, the place that they're supposed to put children back into? Is that what they're supposed to do? It's Child Protective Services, and they are protecting these children from two parents that ain't doing a damn thing and haven't ever done a damn thing from the birth of these kids to clean up their fucking act and become the proper human beings that they need to be in life. And these are the people that you support. These are the people that you sit around and support. That tells me a whole lot about what type of person you are. Right?
Nothing has happened since then that would have brought DCS into the Wells life. Under normal...
What are you talking about? Wasn't they just over into Arkansas violating his probation, Mr. Tim? Weren't they just over in Arkansas hanging with undesirable people? Sitting out in a fucking park talking about how, on their daughter's 2-year anniversary, they couldn't even come back to Tennessee to join the prayer visuals and all the things that other people were having. No, they went out in the middle of a park. Actually, they didn't. Donald did. Where was Candus? Where was Candus? Because it was only Donald in that park talking about his daughter on her 2-year anniversary. And then we seen Candus in a hotel floating like some fucking something out of a scary movie, right? She's in the background. I mean, I was ready to call a priest, right? Like, get in there, man. Something's going down. You got to get in there, right? She's floating in the background. Her freaking ass wasn't even on the bed. She's just like dangling in midair and shit. Donald trying to open himself up alive, hollering, shh, right? What the hell? Some creepy fucking shit, man. Right? Straight up serious. That was like some Halloween shit. And it wasn't even Halloween. It was like middle of fucking summer or something, right? She all floating in the background. I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on there? How the hell she get extended in that air like that? Her feet all crooked and shit. And she like, Donnie, Donnie. And he's like, shh. But I want to talk to you, Donnie. Shh. I'm trying to do a live. Right? That's the shit I heard. That's what I was fucking hearing, Mr. Tim. I don't know what you was hearing, but that's what I was hearing. Then I was hearing, hey, Donnie, you better get your ass back over here in Tennessee because you violated your probation. And we got a problem with that. Then I seen Candus still over in Arkansas, laying around, looked like she's all screwed up. She's sitting on a bed, trying to get out a tear. I don't know how damn long we had to watch it before finally, I don't know if it was fucking snot she rubbed down her eye or if it was actually a tear that finally squeezed out. I don't know what the hell it was, but I was seeing that shit too. I was like, oh my God. I mean, damn, is there an uglier motherfucking person in the whole world when they're crying than Candace Wells? I don't know. The world may never know. But she's about the ugliest motherfucker I ever seen when she goes into that crying face, right? I mean, it's like, whoa, back up, right? You just want to, I don't know. That's just one. She ugly already, but when she go into that crying face, oh my God, it's like, damn, you know, I ain't ever seen something like that before. But yeah, it's insane. But we did see it, right? And then she lied to everybody. She got $400 and some and supposed to got gas to come back home. And her ass wasn't even coming back home, Mr. Tim. She wasn't done partying over there. You know, she decided to come back home when she and then when she got home, she done partied up the money and you know, she ends up with a black eye. You know, Don's like, stupid bitch, how you gonna party up the money that, you know, before you get here? You had 400 some bucks and supposed to came home. And you spin it. Pop, there goes a black eye. Right? Yeah. And then, you know, that wasn't enough. She has a black eye, and then I guess, you know, he thought about how she spent all that money up again and what he possibly could have done with it. Next thing you know, the whole side of her jaw's black and blue with it. He must have went in for seconds, Mr. Tim. So that tells me he's probably putting on her what he would have been putting on the kids if they were there, right? He would have probably been putting that on the children. But you don't care. You don't care about that, do you, Mr. Tim? So what you trying to tell me that they haven't done anything? Here's my thing. What have they done? I know all the things that they've done not to have the boys returned. Like number one suspect in their missing daughter's case. They haven't cleaned up their act at all. They're still substance and alcohol dependent. They seem to be violent to each other. I mean, the side of Candus's head didn't get like that on its own, right? So, The house is still a dirty fucking mess and a wreck. We seen that when Candus was trying to show somebody her scrapbook and her other stuff. I mean, come on. They're still as nasty as they ever was, not taking a bath. She had her dirty motorboat feet in somebody's pool, right? I don't think any of them have, done anything to get better educated or, any type of classes or anything to, to get past the substance abuse and the alcoholism. Um, Come on, Mr. Tim, tell me, what the hell have they done to warrant being allowed to even speak to those kids, let alone bring them home? You tell me. Hmm? You tell me. Because I tell you right now, I bet if they go up there tomorrow and give them a pest test, they wouldn't either one pass it. I can guarantee that. They're probably sucking down liquor right now and listening to me. Probably saying, bitch, I know, fuck you. You're the one that's a big fucking alcoholic. Candace, Donald. I don't need no R&R other than rest and relaxation. But that don't come in a bottle, bitches, like yours does. That's why I probably ain't getting none. The type I need you can't buy. You have to fight like hell to get it. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Tim has got, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what this man's thinking. He lives in some kind of fantasy world with his little fantasy family, right? He's a weirdo. Dude, something ain't right in your head.
Circumstances. It has been 21 months since Don Wells spoke with his children. It has been a year since Candus Wells was allowed to speak with their children. DCS has stripped the boys of their life, home, and the Northeast Tri-Cities support system.
DCS hasn't done any. Stripped them of a home. You call that a home, dude? You really call that a home? Really? Seriously? I call that a freaking dump. That is a freaking dump, dude. Have you seen the outside of that place? Yeah, well, it looks just as bad inside. Mr. Tim, where is 3 bedrooms for the boys? Huh, Mr. Tim? Tell me. These boys are getting older. They need their privacy. Where is the 3 bedrooms for the boys? Where is the bedroom for Summer if she's truly missing and possibly might get found? Where is the bedroom for Summer? Huh? Where are all the brand new beds and the sheets and the blankets and the nice pillows, Mr. Tim? Why don't you tell me where that's at? Are you gonna let them move into your house? Do you got 5 bedrooms you can spare, Mr. Tim? Do you have one for Don and Candace, one for Summer, and one each for the boys? Because that fucking house don't have them. Matter of fact, that house has no bedrooms. It's got a big fucking weird ass cold cellar that's supposed to be made for storing things. And upstairs, there's a freaking kitchen, a living room when you walk in, a big kitchen, and some fucking washroom in the back with a toilet somewhere in between all of that. And where's the bedroom, Mr. Tim? Where is a bedroom? If I was Child Protective Services, I would say there's no bedrooms in that house. None. And you have to have bedrooms. Right now, these boys are in a home where they have bedrooms, they have a bathrooms with doors on it, right? Everybody ain't gonna have to see you take a dump and throw it in the trash can next to you because the toilet don't flush, right? They might as well put a porta potty in that damn bitch if you're gonna have to wipe your ass and throw it in a trash can, right? Might as well shit in the trash can and get it over with, right? Yeah, I don't know what Mr. Tim is saying. That's why Child Protective Services has these children. They're protecting them from having to live like that. The freaking animals don't live like that, right? Even a rabbit has a shitting room off from where it eats. Even a rabbit doesn't shit where they eat, like the whales.
So why hang on to the children with stubborn bureaucracy? Why abuse these boys with a system that is in chaos itself?
These boys ain't getting abused. Matter of fact, mommy and daddy's pretty damn jealous that they're in there actually getting to live a real life, a normal life. Clean beds, clean sheets, clean pillows, clean clothes, shoes that fit them, Mr. Tim, haircuts when they need them from a real barber, not a freaking buzzsaw at the house, right? They're getting real haircuts. They're getting to go to a dentist. They're getting their teeth taken care of. Something they didn't get there. They're actually getting educated. What are you afraid of? You afraid these children are going to have a better life? Does it bug you, Mr. Tim, to think that somebody might actually, in that vicinity, end up being more educated than you think you are? They might actually become something more than you ever been able to become. A wannabe fucking news reporter, right? Ain't that what he is? Some kind of wannabe news reporter. He goes and hangs around with the guys that he wants to be one of. That's what I heard. I don't know. That's word on the street. Mr. Tim's hanging around with a bunch of news reporters. He lives in a fantasy world. Just because you talk to him and maybe they give you a ride in their car, doesn't make you a news reporter, Mr. Tim. It really doesn't. No more than a little kid taking a ride in a fire engine, and wearing the fireman's hat. When they get back home, they're still not a fireman, right? They're still not a fireman. They're just a little kid taking a ride in the fire truck. Yeah. This guy, I don't think this guy, lives in the real world. I don't think he lives in a real world. Um, something ain't right there.
Why insult Northeast Tennessee as if the local resources could not help these boys develop into productive citizens?
Oh yeah, they was really getting productive up there on Ben Hill Road, wasn't they, Mr. Tim? They were really getting productive up there. The one boy went to work with daddy, and outside they were sharing some goody good, right? 12-year-old little boy he's sharing goody good with. And that's real productive, isn't it, Mr. Tim? These kids were ate up with scabies, itching all night long in bed. Do you know what that's like, Mr. Tim? Of course you don't. Of course you don't, because you know what? You sleep on clean sheets in a clean bed, walking around in your fucking clean clothes with your nose stuck up in the air. If it rained, you probably drowned. Um, you know, Yeah, I'm sure you know what it's like to be those kids going through all the hell that they was going through up there on Ben Hill Road. You have no idea. $1 pizza a day. Do you know what it's like to lay in bed at night, Mr. Tim, with your fucking stomach hurting because you haven't had enough food? Wishing that you had something but you don't? No, Mr. Tim, because you actually had a good life with parents that gave you everything. You got a good education. You had a nice wife, a nice family. You lived in a nice, clean home all the time. And you really don't care how other people live for some reason, because that's what I'm hearing. You're not even interested in, what these children went through. You can't see that they're actually now living a normal life and they deserve to live that life. And you should shut the hell up and let them live that life and stop all of this ass kissing with the Wells, because that's really what you are. I can see you right now, you know, all dressed up, looking like probably in your mommy's old clothes with your lips all puckered, writing this shit. It's just, unbecoming as hell. It really
Let
is.
go DCS. The lawyers know you've outstayed your welcome. Bail out and send the boys back to this area, their family, their church, the support groups, the council, the educational opportunities, the industrial opportunities.
And their church, the opportunities, what opportunities do you have around there, Mr. Tim? I think Donald just went over into Arkansas because he says he can't get no work around there. That isn't a place that has a lot of employment for people, especially on educated human beings, which the Wells boys would probably been had they stayed on Ben Hill Road. What was the odds of the Wells boys actually graduating from high school with Don and Candus Wells as their parents? By the time that boy would have been 15, 16 years old, he'd have been dropping out of school to go push a squeegee on a wall with his dad. And his dad would have put all the money in his pocket and not gave the boy anything because, he does that to, I understand, everybody that works for him, right? He tries to figure out some way not to pay you. Some way not to pay you, right? There you go, Mr. Tim. There you go. And as I said, um, I'm getting your IP address, you piece of crap, right now as you shake that ugly butt down in the back chat. Um, there we go. Yeah. Hey, dude, I already got your face. I know that ass from anywhere. I know that ass from anywhere. Your old saggy freaking bag you got hanging on your bones. What the hell? You're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Man, I wouldn't. If I was you, I'd keep my fucking clothes on. For real. You don't even look good with them on, let alone off. You freaking butt nasty. Get out of here. What the hell? I told y'all. Came in like a lamb, gonna go out like a lion. I told you. I always know. Always know. I can feel it in me bones, right? I can feel it in me bones.
The skilled labor opportunities. It's time to bring the
Skilled labor opportunities. Um, do you call finishing drywall a skilled labor, Mr. Tim? Because I hate to tell you, um, anybody can finish drywall. Anybody can finish drywall. Yeah, even PG. I can finish drywall. Absolutely. Have done it. I've done it many times. Many times I've done drywalling. And honey, not just finish it. I hung that shit. I gutted. I gutted the rooms, cleaned them up, hung the drywall, finished the drywall, painted the drywall. Yeah, and that ain't considered skilled, Mr. Tim. That means that any damn body can do it. Any damn body can do it. You don't have to be skilled for that shit. Skilled, Mr. Tim. Let's talk about skilled. You want to know what skilled is? Skilled is a doctor, a lawyer, a psychologist, right? A freaking book writer. These are all skills. These are professions where you need to be skilled. You are skilled. The rest of that shit is dummy missions. Go flip hamburgers. Oh boy, you are so skilled. You are so skilled. You knew just exactly when to flip that hamburger. Come on, Mr. Tim. Come on.
Boys home. Josie, Wyatt, Waylon. You are never forgotten. Someday you will read this. Your family loves each of you deeply. You have thousands of friends here you have never met who constantly remember each of you and pray for you.
Your family loves you deeply. Your family loves you deeply. Yeah, I'm sure they do, Mr. Tim, when they're buying twisted teas and vapes and stuff for underage minors, right? Instead of a happy meal for the kids at home, for the child in the car and the children at home. I'd be damned if I walk into a smoke shop, a fucking hippie shop, and buy a damn thing when my child is sitting in the back seat and hasn't had a fucking thing to eat yet. My child would have been getting some breakfast that morning, and my child would have been getting some lunch, and I would have gotten not one kid's meal, but 4, and took them home to my children. And I would have stopped at that store and got food to make for dinner that night, so my kids could have ate again, and snacks for them to be able to snack on, and to hell with all of the other shit. Right, Mr. Tim? And I'm not going to go be picking up some 14, 15-year-old child when I haven't got my older boys with me. That's the age of that child. I'm not going to be hanging around with somebody else's kid, or have somebody else's kid hang around my 5-year-old daughter. That's weird. That's freaking weird.
Your home, here, is one of the most advanced areas in Tennessee that can let all your potentials blossom. Sports, band, history, jobs, training, money.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tim, but where they're at, there is sports, jobs, education, money. You know what? There's plenty of money enough to buy soap. Them boys are actually getting to bath now. They're absolutely getting overall bath. They don't lay in bed itching no more. Their belly's full. They're even asking, if we can't see the judge, we want to write letters to not ever send us back to where you're trying to send them back to. You, Mr. Tim, are working for Don and Candus Wells, #1 suspects in law enforcement's eyes. Why don't you start working for the real victims, which are the boys who don't want to go back? Why don't you do that, buddy? Why don't you listen to their pleas? Why don't you help find this missing little girl? Mr. Tim, why aren't you trying to get information to help and find her? Because she's the real victim in all of this. And so are those boys. Not Don and Candus, the 2 people that you are just turd pop sucking, boot licking with, right? Yeah, that's my opinion, and I'm damn entitled to it.
Hobbies, nature, parks, military, international companies, entertainment, rivers, mountains, animals, zoos, top schools.
Oh, well, where do you think the boys are, Mr. Tim? Where do you think they are? They're still in Tennessee, where all of that stuff is that you're talking about. The only difference is they got good people. They got good people that will actually supervise, watch them, and make sure they're safe while they explore all of these things. Instead of being with a couple of people that haven't ever done a damn thing for them. Nothing. But cause their life to be a nightmare.
All here. Stand strong. Pray always. You are God's first. You are your family's next. As friends, we are blessed to know your family.
Um, I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Tim. Yes, you are God's first because God created us. Yes, we are all God's children. And he is all of our fathers, right? Every last one of us, God is our father. Absolutely. He's the father of all human beings on this earth. Overseer of everything. Creator of it all. But let me tell you something, Mr. Tim. Who is your family? Who is your family? Well, I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Tim. From what my Bible tells me, my family is all of those people who are born again. Christians. My family is God's family. My real sisters and brothers are all of those who have been born in Christ. You might want to search that because, I think these boys are with real family because you have to be a awful good person to take somebody else's children in and treat them with love and the utmost respect the way these boys are being treated. So I think they're already with family.
We will never give up on believing how special each of you are. You have awesome family from here to Utah. We never stop talking about you. We never forget you. This is your home. You are Wells. And Wells never give up. You have great talents. We have so much to share with you. Stand strong. You have thousands of people here in town, in America, in other countries. Some are very famous people like television stars, that know you and think of you and talk about you.
Mr. Tim, that is an untruthful statement. That is an untruthful statement. Now, why don't you post this? Why don't you post this statement that clearly says, no, the stars don't support Don and Candus Wells. They support law enforcement and the people who do what needs to be done righteously for these missing children and other victims like the Wells boys. Why don't you put that up? Why don't you? Let us see that on your Facebook. That's about it's that your Facebook says find Summer Wells, but it's not about finding Summer. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, Mr. Tim.
We are here for you. All of your family from here to Utah is for you. Be strong, Josie. Be strong, Wyatt. Be strong, Waylon. We are strong with...
It's Waylon, not Waylon. It's Waylon. Come on. You sound like Candus when she's drinking.
You.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry we had to all endure that. But, what the hell does this have to do with finding Summer Wells? What does this have to do with finding Summer Wells? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But that's what, his channel says. That's what it says. And yet it don't even speak about Summer. Don't even talk about her. Yeah, make that make sense. Right? Let's see, Mr. Tim. Let's see. This is what the inside of the house looks like. Right there. Look at that, Mr. Tim. Look at what you would love to send the boys back to. Look at there. Looky there. What the hell is that? Wow. That is disgusting. No carpet on the floors. Brick and walls look like, oh my God. Right? That's nasty. Look at that place. It's a damn wreck. Look at it. Look what they did to that baby. Won't you look at that, Mr. Tim? Huh? Won't you post this picture right here where they took that baby and literally shaved her head with shaving cream and a razor? You couldn't get a head to look like that unless you did. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? And then they lied and said, oh, she wanted hers like the boy. Well, look at the picture there, Mr. Tim. The only one ain't got hair is Summer. All the boys all have hair. Pretty long hair. Now, if there was lice in the house, if they was lice in this pigsty right here, everybody would have had a hair shaven. Because there's no way one person does, one person gets it and everybody else don't. Bullshit. These people were in this house. I mean, this is a close-knit, what? I mean, you couldn't whip a freaking cat inside of this place. Right? And I'm telling you, if the one germ gets in there, everybody's going to get it on them. So don't tell me that she needed her head done like this and none of them did. Because they all did. And she don't even go nowhere. She don't even go nowhere to catch lice. So one of them would have had to give it to her. They're the ones who went to school and everything. They're the ones that hung around other kids. So they would have had it. And they would have had to give it to her. So why ain't their head shaved? Mr. Tim? Why ain't their head shaved too? Because it wasn't lice. It wasn't lice. Her head's like that for a whole different reason. A whole different reason, folks. Had nothing to do with lice or anything like that. You could look at her little head and tell there's no sores or anything. There was no reason to do this to this baby. None whatsoever. But they did it. They did it. And they did it for a reason. Right? And you want to send these children back to this house. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It makes me sick to see this picture of Summer with her head shaved like that. No little girl in this whole, she has the most beautiful blonde hair in the world. And to do something like this was just pure evilness. Pure freaking evilness to do this to this baby. You have to be one heartless, evil piece of shit to do this to this child. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what Mr. Tim likes to try to put out there, right? Mr. Tim likes to try to put out all this happy-go-lucky stuff, right? Look at this. He likes to put out all the happy-go-lucky things. There you go. He's even got the picture right there. The big lie. The big lie in his pictures, right? He's got the big lie there. Hiding at the bottom. Baby, this is reality right here. Why don't you show this picture, Mr. Tim? Show this one. You didn't put this one on your wall. PG made this so everybody could see the truth through all of your damn lies. Yeah, that's what I wanted them to see, Mr. Tim. It's the truth. Why don't you ever show the truth? For summer's sake. Why don't you do that? Why don't you try doing that sometime? That's what I'd like to know. Mr. Tim don't like to tell you guys the truth. Mm-mm. He lives in a fantasy world in his Amber family alert. Mr. Tim obviously is very lonely. He's very lonely. He's trying to make himself a family out of Don's and Candus's, right? Because he has no life. Go get a life, Mr. Tim. Go get a life and stop it. Stop trying to make these children your business because you're not doing what's best for them. Now, if you were out here telling the truth, calling out the truth, and talking about how they don't need to be going back there because that place is a freaking dive right here, and you don't want them living in this or going through any of this again, I could withstand you. But to hear the bullshit that you're doing, trying to put these babies back in a place where they are absolutely not wanting to go, you do not care about their feelings. You're not looking at what they want. And that's wrong. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean nothing. Those children were there, and they know better than you. You weren't there, Mr. Tim. They were. And they know what they were in. And they know they don't want to go back to it. Respect it. Respect it, mister. And just stop. Stop with the Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services has those children for a reason. And the reason is Don and Candus Wells are not doing a damn thing that they're supposed to be doing to get those kids back. Now, Mr. Tim, you and Day Day and a few of you act like that you support the Wells, that you so care about the Wells. I like to ask you guys some questions. What I'd like to know, Mr. Tim, what I'd like to know is won't you show us where the wells are dropping clean? Why don't you show us where they're dropping clean? Why don't you show us their psychological evaluation that I know they had to take? You know, it's mandatory. It's mandatory through Child Protective Services. How about the psychological evaluations, Mr. Tim? Why don't you show us a clean house with 5 bedrooms, clean, brand new beds, clean sheets, pillows? Why don't you show us the clothes that, you know, all the new clothes and stuff that Don and Candus have been working hard to get and put together. So when the boys get home and summer comes back, they'll have brand new clothes and new shoes and socks and underclothes and all the good things. Why don't you show us? Why don't you show us what exactly is being put in place for these children? Why don't you show us that? We want to see. We want to see that big clean house, those 5 bedrooms. We want to see the kids' clothes, their shoes, their toys. We want to see all the stuff. We want to see a real living room when you walk in, a sofa, love seat, table. We want to see a real kitchen, Mr. Tim, a real refrigerator, stove, a real kitchen, real electrical plugs. We want to see a real heating and cooling system, not holes drilled in the fucking floor so that, um, the wood heater in the basement can seep up through the holes in order to heat the upstairs. We like to see carpet on the floors, right? We want to see a toilet, yeah, a working bathroom, a toilet that actually flushes, a running shower, a running sink, toilet paper. We want to see, where's the insurance? Where's the medical insurance that Donald has got for himself and the family? So that they can go to the dentist and the doctors and everything. Where's the medical insurance? Right? Why don't you guys show us some of these things? Why don't you show us, the lie detectors test? Fred didn't have a problem showing his. Why don't you show us that? Why don't you show us the lie detectors test that they supposedly passed? So we can say, hey, yeah, they passed it. How about that? Why don't you show us? Stop talking BS and put your guys' money where your mouth is. Right? Show us the rehab. Show us the rehabs Don and Candus has been going to get off of all the substance and alcohol abuse so they can give the children a better life. Better yet, just let us see where they piss clean. Let us see where they piss clean. And I'm not talking, I'm not talking flush your system and go take a piss test. I'm talking random piss test. That's where CPS pops up and says, hey, you got to go take a piss test right now. Today. Bet they can't pass that. Bet they can't pass that. Let us see that big clean yard. Big clean yard that's fenced in. So the kids are safe when they're outside. Let us see the basketball court, the swing set, the trampoline. Let us just see a fucking clean yard. How about that? We'll take that. A yard where all the grass is mowed. The whole place is cleaned up. No sticks, no bricks, no boards, no weights, no this, no that. Something that don't look like a junk pile. I would think that they're the trash people. And that's the city dump, if you ask me. Looks like Don Wells drives a garbage truck and dumps it in his own yard. Why don't you show us where the garbage man is being paid to pick up the trash? That the trash is being hauled out of there. And it's a clean atmosphere for these children. Why don't you do that? Right? If him and Day Day and all of them believe in the well so much, why ain't they doing anything to help the wells get all of these things done? Why ain't they doing anything to get all of these things done? That's my question. I'm tired of seeing find Summer Wells, and it ain't about finding her. Right? It ain't about finding her. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like that. They think it helps pass. Right. Just like the milk, because addicts drink a lots of milk for other reasons. I researched it. Learn something new every day. Amen. You sure do that. I agree. I learn something new every day too. I really do. Right when I think I know it all, I find out I don't. I'm going to tell you something. I do truly believe that that's why she agreed to go along with things. I truly believe she was jealous of her daughter. I do. I really do. When she told me, sissy, sissy, it ain't about her, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Girl, it is all about her. What the fuck? You her mother. I ain't even Summer's mother. I was fit to be tied. For real. It made me, you don't even know how upset to hear that bitch saying that. It's like, I don't know who could say that. What mother could say that? All she wanted was her and Donnie. Her and Donnie. She's fucking disgusting. Damn disgusting. That's sick, man. That is absolutely sick. I don't know what to say for people like that. I really don't. I'm going to tell you something. I don't. I'm going to tell you what. I always thought a mother was for her children. I always thought a mother was for her children, not some man, right? Not some freaking here comes Johnny. I thought that they were for their kids. I thought they protect their kids. I thought, if a man starts abusing the children, he's gone. I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong when it comes to people like Candus. And there's a lot of Canduses out there. There's a lot of Canduses out there. There's a lot of parents. There is a lot of mothers that really, really don't like their kids, right? They feel their kids are a hindrance. They feel their kids are in the way. They feel like they don't want to be taking care of the kids. They take their kids and try to pawn them off on anybody they'll keep them. They want to still be called mommy, but they don't want to do the job of a mother. They want the title of a mother. And they want to act like, oh, these are my well dressed well taken care of, well fed children. I'm mommy of the fucking year when it's grandma and grandpa buying it all. Grandma and grandpa feeding them. Grandma and grandpa raising them. But you're mommy of the fucking year, right? You're mommy of the year. It's foster parents dressing them, educating them, feeding them, doing everything for them. But you're mommy of the year. I'm going to tell you what mommy of the year is. Mommy of the year is understanding when you get in the family way, when you become in the family way, you decide that you're going to have this child and you're going to give it the world. You decide that you love this child before it ever gets here and that you're going to be there for it. You decide that it's going to be you feeding it, you rocking it, you walking the floor with it, you being at the doctor's with it, you doing everything, you making sure that it gets educated, you making sure that you have a room for it and clothes for it and all the little things it needs in this life. That you're going to be there every second of every day for that child. Even when it's at school, your phone is on and ready to roll if you get a call. It's not hold it at the office, I'm at work. It's going to have to wait. It's hey, I just got a call from the school. I got to go. You want to fire me? Fire me. But my child comes first. That's a real mother of the year. It's putting something and someone before yourself. It's stepping in front of that child saying, hey, no, you're not going to discipline my child. If it's my child, when it messes up, then it's my child all the time. You know how your better half is. The kid gets in trouble and all of a sudden it's your child. Do you know your kid did this or that? Yeah. So why you trying to punish it? Why you trying to run your mouth? Why do you think you got a hand in this? Because seriously, you don't. I think I carried it 9 months. I think I laid down and went through everything to have it. So you just get the fuck on out of the way. That's Mother of the Year. Mother of the Year ain't saying, you're going to be in trouble when your dad gets home. I'm going to tell your dad on you. I'm going to make sure he does whatever is necessary to make sure you don't do this again. That ain't Mother of the Year. If you need dad, you ain't Mother of the Year. I don't need dad. I find that if you sit down with the child and you explain to your child why you don't do things, that child will listen. You let it know you love it, you care about it, and you're sitting there talking with it because you want it to be a better human being in this life, and it will listen because it loves you too. And it wants to make you proud. Don and Candus didn't try to make Don and Candus Wells did not care about them kids. They didn't fulfill all of those children's needs. Those children went dirty and hungry, unloved and unkept for years. It had to come all the way down to Summer disappearing in order to save and free the other three. I'm sorry that Summer had to come up missing in order for the boys to get a better life. I wish she could have had a better life too. You know, good always comes out of bad. Good always comes out of evilness. Sometimes it's hard to see it. Because all you could focus on is the bad. But Summer did save her brothers. I'm just sorry it had to go down like that. I wish Child Protective Services would have took them away sooner and saved them all. But the reason these children are gone, the three boys, is because Don and Candus Wells became #1 suspects in the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. They know they are #1 suspects. Don has told it himself. They know. And that's why the boys will not be returned home. Because Don and Candus are doing nothing to get themselves cleared. And I think they're doing nothing to get themselves cleared because they know they can't be cleared. And they can't be cleared because they're guilty as hell. And they know it. That's my opinion. And I'm entitled to it. But don't run a Find Summer Wells channel if you're not going to work for the victims. Call your channel Call that channel the Turd Pop Sucker, the Bootlicker. Call it whatever for the Wells. But don't call it Find Summer. Because you're just making a mockery out of her disappearance when you do that. If it's not going to be about her, why have her name in it? Why do that? Exactly. It's nobody's fault but the parents and Granny. Exactly. I'm going to tell you something. There is two people. I'm sorry to hear that, Aunt B. I really am. God bless. Tim Mullins. I don't know what this guy's thinking. I don't have any idea. You know, sometimes he leads me to believe, he leads me to believe that he is for Summer and finding out what happened to her. Other times he leads me to believe that he's just fucking weird. I don't know what to make of this guy. I really don't. I don't know what to make of him. I'm thinking he might just be really weird. I don't know. Movie, book, lawsuit, and money. I think. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you. If Tim Mullins thinks that there's gonna be a movie made about Summer's disappearance, he better help find her. Because the only way that they're gonna make a movie about Summer Moon Utah Wells is if she's found and people understand exactly what happened to her. Other than that, there's no movie. So Tim better get busy if that's what he's seeking. That's all I got to say. And as for Tim writing a book, nah. I don't think so. I don't think that guy could write his way out of a paper bag. To be honest with you, I don't see him as a writer. The other man, the other gentleman that had wrote a book about Summer, yes, that man, that particular gentleman is very highly intelligent. I actually like him. I like I like the guy that wrote the book for Summer. He was honest, upfront, truthful. He was pure genius. I have to say, he totally and utterly intrigued me. Um, and if I was him, I wouldn't have backed down. I wouldn't have backed down on that book because he had every right to write whatever he pleases. This is America. You can't stop anyone from putting their feelings on papers. You can put pen to paper and write about anything you damn well please. Every last one of you could write a book on how you feel about this case because that's your feelings. And no one can stop you from publishing it because you're not writing a book about Summer Moon Utah Wells. You're writing a book about you and how you feel about all of this. So there's a big difference. And that's what he was writing. He was writing what he seen and what he felt. And he had every right to do that. He caught hell. He caught hell. But you know what? He wrote it. And like I said, I wouldn't have backed down. Man, I just stood fast on that one. And I told him to do what you need to do. Because, Summer had a right to have her name out here. And that was one way of getting her case in a lot of people's hands. That was a way to help her a lot. And people tried to shut it down, especially the Wells, because they're afraid of this getting into obviously hands that they think might step forward and solve this case. And that's people that know. So that allows me to know that this case isn't isolated to Don, Candus, and Grandis. That allows me to know that there's other people involved in all of this. That's why they don't want the flyers. That's why they don't want the billboards. That's why they don't want the book. Think about it, y'all. Come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Every sign's there. Every sign's there. I think Tim's involved because do I think he had anything to do with Summer? No, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to, I'm not going to close my mind on it. I'm going to stay open-minded where he's concerned because I do have my thoughts. But I really think that he's just a lonely old man. He lost his wife. He really hasn't got a lot to do. I think this gives him something to do. And, I think Tim is just, I think he just, like I said, I think he's just a lonely old man, that really hasn't ever found anything else he's been looking for. And most people find him to be kind of creepy and a little weird and I'm sure they would be uncomfortable with him, right? And that puts him into isolation. But whose fault is it that people feel that way? His, right? That's his. Don't be acting that way. You might have better luck with maybe getting a real life out there at some point. But he's just creepy weird. That's all I can say. And I don't know. I haven't really ever sat back and overly analyzed him. I have researched and done so much upon this guy. Enough to find out, that he is weird, really weird. But have I overly, gotten into researching him? No. I'm too busy doing other things, where this case is concerned. I'm more interested in finding all the answers that I feel could bring Summer home and get justice for her. So, that's what I've been doing. So I don't know. But anyway, like I said, you know, let's listen to Donald.
At me and said I had somebody, either posing or said they had the inside scoop of TBI and that they knew that I sold my daughter for drugs. And I flipped out. I believed that stuff like an idiot.
He believed that stuff. Know what you believe, what you're going to get busted. That's what you believed.
Believed it. Then I flipped out. I started drinking and everything else. That's why.
Well, that's usually what a person will do, right? They're scared, afraid that they're onto them. They'll freak out. And then they have to do some stuff to try to calm themselves down so they ain't so paranoid, right? Yeah, that's all the signs, Don. All the signs of
No.
a
Kids.
Oh no,
But I'm not gonna let it happen again, though.
Oh, he's not going to let it happen again because he's seen how guilty it made him look, and they might catch on to it, right? Yeah.
Went to the bottom property first is because I knew that they were looking all over around the house and in that area and everything. So I figured, by the time I got home, the best place that I could go would be directly down to that creek.
In
the shed, I went.
He went directly there and didn't stop at the shed because there was a couple officers up there, and he saw them and went right by them because he was like, "Oh damn, this is too real for me right now." He needed to calm down. He needed to get his shit together. So that's why he went right past them and headed to somewhere that he could pull himself together. He was sitting in that car freaking sweating. Trust me. That's what he was doing. He was sitting there freaking trying to hold it together because he knew. He knew.
By it, but I went down that steep bank all the way down
a steep bank with a vehicle way down in there. Yeah, his fucking knees were knocking. Boy, your knees were knocking. Yeah, absolutely, his fucking knees were knocking.
The creek with that little Subaru, and when I seen my boys and I seen my neighbor, that's when my heart, my heart just sunk right there. I just knew something was really wrong, So that was the beginning of this pit in my stomach that hasn't went away yet. And it's
oh bullshit. Yeah, the pit of fucking fear that your ass is going to be locked away for life when they find out exactly what went down June the 15th, 2021, right? This mother fricker looking like freaking Don Knotts and the ghost of Mr. Chicken, right? Knees all knocking together and shit, trying to pull his ass together out of fear. Come on, Don. Come on. Man, he thinks he talks a good line of shit, but you know what? Anybody can read through it. Anyone. Straight up. Oh boy, come on. Hey, Tim Mullins, when you gonna put this on there? When you gonna put this on there, man? When you gonna stick this on the Fine Summer? Huh? Fine Summer Wells site. When you gonna put that on there and acknowledge that Eric wasn't, no way, form, or how, supporting the Wells? When you going to do that? Seriously, I need to see this posted so you can make corrections to all your lies. Right? He needs to post that so the corrections make all the corrections. Because he's been making some big typo errors, right? Absolutely. You know, um, I'm going to tell you something. Now, Day Day, she didn't make a long. She made a short about PG. And I told you guys I was going to address it before I go out of here tonight. And I'm going to. I'm going to address it right now. She said that I lied. Well, no. PG don't lie. Take a look at this. Take a look at this right here. Right here. No boy should not go back. She says right here, and they're talking about the boys. Look up here. They're talking about the boys on duty runs. And she said, I agree, duty. Right? She agreed. She agreed. That's what they were talking about. I didn't lie. Right here. Up here. I agree, duty. And you seen back there where they was talking about the boys. Then Duty Ron changes the subject to something that she was playing. He changed the subject to the shit she was playing on that short. Right? He changes the subject to something else. And then, as you see here, she says that, wow, I agree 100%. Now, I don't know if she was agreeing with the subject change that, that he had made, or if she was agreeing with Christine, somebody was on Christine because Christine had made this comment. Not as of now about the boys being returned, but if they continue to work themselves, maybe a lot more self-work needs to happen, right? Now, I don't know if she was agreeing with Christine because Christine, Gracie couldn't understand why Christine was talking about the Wells when she's supposed to be for the Wells. And she said, I'm sorry, you feel my answer is an insult. It was just my opinion. Anyone can change when they put in the work, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if Daisy at this point is agreeing with what Christine is saying again about the boys, or if she's agreeing with Duty Ron's new topic. Right? But either way it goes, you see right there, right here, they're talking about the boys, and she said, I agree to not be returned. So Daisy needs to just stop her fucking lying, stop being a turd pop sucker, stop, acting like she has the Wells backs when she don't. Because if she did, she'd be up there helping them build on 5 bedrooms to that house and helping them get all the things they need put in order to bring the boys back. She'd be up there buying new clothes for the kids, toys, and she'd be putting her money where her mouth is. What I'm saying is, just stop it. Just stop it. You got busted over in Duty Ron's chat talking fucking shit, and you didn't expect that to happen. That's bottom line. Bottom line. With friends like you, even the Wells need no enemies. And don't think Don and Candus don't already know that you're a two-faced liar. That, your sister done said that, you ain't for 'em. And you done said your sister wasn't for 'em. And when family knows family and you both came out on each other, that, behind the scenes, you're talking shit about them to each other. We don't need to really know anymore anyway. Right? We don't need to know anymore anyway. And Don and Candus knows there's somebody that put them down the way you guys did for 2 fucking years. all of a sudden you're going to, feel differently. Are you kidding me? There ain't nobody in this world that damn stupid. Don and Candus just using your asses up the way that they know you're using them. So, that's just a freaking hate on hate crime right there, right? That's just, what the hell? What the hell? But you know what? Be a turd pop sucker and a bootlicker because, Day Day's channel's like going to hell anyway, right? It's going to hell in a handbag anyway. What do you have? Like 20 people watching you now? I mean, come on. Nobody likes people, supporting the number one suspects in a 5-year-old missing little girl's case. Nobody likes that shit. And I'm going to tell you what. I mean, she just washed up anyhow. Go play your little shorts. Nobody gives a fuck because everybody can see what a liar you are. You're two-faced, and both of those faces are ugly. And you're just a liar, a fucking liar. Don't come out here and try to call me a liar because I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to show receipts, just like I just did. And make you into the freaking lying ass that you are. It is what it is. Don't fuck with me. I ain't nobody to play with. You should have just forgot about giving your little finger some exercise today. You should have just forgot about that. Ain't gonna help your ass anyhow. Ain't gonna help you none. You probably fucking ate 2 pizzas and a milkshake afterwards. And that was only lunch. I can only imagine what dinner was. 43 chickens in a pot. I'm telling you, these people, man. Yeah, oh yeah, she got too close. Her biggest mistake was ever trying to coddle the Wells the way, other people have done. And you see where they're at now. That's all her bad. That's all her bad. I can give a shit less, right? It don't bother me none. Just don't have my name in your fucking mouth, especially when I'm telling the truth. You best to hang your head and walk on. Don't come at me sideways when I'm telling the truth. I do my homework, right? I don't want to hear that shit. She ain't going to answer that guy 2 times on the same fucking topic. They just went off the topic, they was on the topic of the boys going and just getting ready to go off when she agrees with him. And then they start talking about something else and you seen she agreed again, right? So, I know what the topic was, about Chris M. The topic was about Chris and Chris going up there and, and doing all that he did. And then Duty Ron sits there and says, well, we saw that basement and this and that, and, well, Mr. Duty Ron, you wouldn't have seen none of that if it wouldn't have been for Chris going up there and doing the hard work to get it done. Law enforcement wasn't going to show you all of that, but Chris did. But yet you're going to sit there and criticize him for something you were glad you seen. Come on, how the fuck does that work? Right? How in the hell does that work? Make that make sense. Because I ain't able to make it make sense. You know? I ain't able to make it make sense. Me and Chris, I don't even really know Chris at all. I don't know the guy at all. But, I know that he was doing, I know he was doing what he could for Summer. I really do. I had a problem with Chris a little bit because I felt that he was taking the sisters' cases and kind of overshadowing Summers at the most crucial time when Summer needed all the focus on her. And that was a problem for me. But, as far as, at the beginning right there when he went up on the hill and he was, and out to the swimming hole, he was really on the right track to really help Summer a lot. Somehow the ball got dropped. I don't know why or where, but it did. And I think if he would have kept diligently working in the direction he was going in, he might have been able to really help Summer. I'm sad that, it he didn't do more. But maybe his health or maybe something was hindering him from being able to, um, to do a lot more. I mean, hell, just what he did was plenty. Um, and I am thankful for that. I am thankful for that. And I'm not going to sit and let somebody criticize Chris for all of his hard work because he did work hard. And, he really took one for the team walking inside that damn hellhole. So, you know, people need to back up and shut up where Chris is concerned. They really do. I didn't see Deuteron taking his ass, um, you know, down that fucking rabbit hole into a hell cell. Absolutely not. So don't sit around and criticize other people who did. That's all I'm saying. That's true. That's true, Lori. Maybe, maybe Chris did do more, and we don't know. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know. I think Chris kind of figured out and had a handle on Don and Candus from the jump. You know, I think he really did. And, you know, I really think he did. So, you know, if I'd have went with my gut feeling, um, if I'd have went with my gut feeling, I'd have had, I was like Chris, I'd have been just like him if I'd have went with my gut. But, I wanted parents to be one time innocent. I was hoping they were. I really was hoping they were. But they showed me different. They showed me different. And I'm really sad about that, right? I'm sad that they weren't better people. I'm really sad that, they weren't the people I wanted them to be instead of the people they are. That's what I'm sad about. When I look at humans, I see their full potential. I see what they can be and what they are, and it's sad, right? If only they could be, if only they could be what I see they could, man, it would be amazing. This world would be a great world if people could just be, you know, what you see they could be. Because every human has good traits. Every human has good traits. You know, you know, Donald, had a skill. He had a way of, of making really good money, and a way of allocating it um, to really nice things, and a really nice life for him and his children. Um, it's just sad that, he was allocating everything in the wrong direction. He had a lot of good potentials, but he was feeding the wrong. He was feeding the wrong wolf, right? He was feeding the wrong wolf. They say every human has two wolves in them, a good one and a bad one. And, it's which one you feed the most is how you're going to end up. Donald and Candus just fed the bad one, right? It's like Candus. Candus had a lot of potential. She was, a healthy person, human, that could have been working a job. She had her mother up there who could have watched the kids. She could have went to work every day. She could have made money. She could have helped. She could have been a helping hand. Her mom could have been a real helping hand in watching. And I think if Don and Candace would have been working and had a nice home, and a mother-in-law suite for grandma, I think that grandma, would have took care of the kids. I think that, she would have watched over the children and fed them. If Don and Candace would have been putting a lot of food in the refrigerator and stuff, Grandis would have had no problem fixing it and feeding those children and taking good care of them. And, um, and Don and Candace could have had a lot more in this life had they worked together for the good instead of evil. That's what I'm saying. And it's sad that they weren't, because that's what's got them into this pickle, is the fact they wasn't, right? The fact they wasn't. And every human has an opportunity to do all of these things, right? And by the time that you realize that, how much opportunity you had, well, it's too late sometimes to go back and do it again. You really need to understand that you can do anything you want in this world. It's very important to tell your children that if they can dream it, they can do it. With God, all things are possible. Nothing holds you back but yourself. And you don't let it's not about what people call you. It's what you're willing to answer to. You need to know who you are. You need to know that you are intelligent, you are smart, you can do it. Don't ever let people's words hold you back from being who you want to be, because that's exactly what they want to happen to you. Evil people like to beat other people down, to hold them back from having a beautiful life. Because why? Evil people are jealous to see other people succeed. Even your own family will do this to you out of pure jealousy and envy. They want you to be in the same boat they are. Don't let them do it. You've got to know who you are, and you got to know that you could soar like an eagle and do whatever you want in this life and become whatever you want. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to get an education if you just apply yourself. If you really want something, you can achieve it. no matter what people say. You can learn to read. You can learn to write. You can learn anything that you want to. Set your mind to it and you'll get it done. Don't let no one hold you back. This life goes too fast. We can't hold children back from becoming what they want to be in the future. We got to feed them positive, right? You got to give them courage. You got to give them all the tools to soar in this world. Stop holding them back. It's their life. And you're supposed to be the helping hand that helps them get where they want to be in the future. Not one that's holding them back from it all. Let them soar. That's what I'm talking about. That's why it's important that parents talk with their children. It's important to keep open communication with your kids, because you don't know what other kids are saying all the time, or how your kid's feeling. You don't know unless you ask, unless you keep that open communication. You got to let them know that what people say and so forth is more about them than it'll ever be about you. That's probably their fears they're trying to put off on you. Don't let it happen. Don't get angry with someone that's trying to beat you down. Don't get angry with them. Tell them, listen, I can be anything I want to be in this world, and so can you. We could touch the stars if we want. Everything's possible with God. You just have to want it and then seek after it, and you'll find it. You'll achieve it. Maybe that person needs to hear that. Maybe they'll become a better person because of you. Hate don't get us nowhere. Hating ever solved one problem in this world. But love has solved so many, right? It's love that solves problems. It's love that makes you step up at the grocery store and help someone that needs help. It's love that opens the door and lets someone know you're there for them. It's love that has people opening their doors, letting you know that they care. Love is the key to everything. It's the key to everything. Love and kindness, caring. That's what solves problems, not hatred. Anyway, I promised you guys a meme. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to let you all see the meme that I made for everybody supporting this channel tonight. And I want to say again how much I appreciate each and every one of you that supported Summer's channel. God bless. God bless. And I also appreciate you supporting YouTube, that allows us to be here and do all of this for these missing children. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you helping them keep this open to continue to help many, many more children in the future as well. But I need you to look at this first. I don't think I'm going to talk Tim into putting this up, right? He's not answering his phone. Right, Tim? So I don't think I'm going to have any luck getting him to put that up on his Facebook that he's running. But I might get him to chuckle a little bit about this one. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm gonna flip the fuck out, man. I'm gonna flip the fuck out for real. I'm gonna fucking go off. I'm gonna. Ooh. Somebody better have bail money.
You guys like that? That was a good one, right? Oh, shoot. Yeah. That was a good one, right? Oh, oh shoot. Hmm. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was a good one, right? Oh, shoot. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, all that laughing last night, after all, I couldn't get a picture out of my head. I went out of here laughing last night because I just really couldn't get the picture out of my head, and I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it back in my head. I'm fighting right now, but yeah, they give me the ideal for this, right? They gave me the ideal for this, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know I did. When I seen it come to life and in action, I have absolutely loved it. It is amazing, right? But and funny, funny as hell. Um, but we have to have something, something to lighten things up once in a while, because this case, this case is so hard. It actually gets really hard sometimes, overwhelming, and we definitely need something, you know, to ease it up So, God bless. God bless. Donald didn't get no ride. Right? Maybe he'll get a ride next. We don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah. Right now. Right now it's Can. Right? Because we know she was with Summer June 15th, 2021. We know whatever went down, Candus knows for sure. So that's a for sure right there. And that's exactly how law enforcement thinks as well, and that's why they so want to speak with her, and she's not cooperating. So it is what it is. But I'm sure they'll get all the answers we need without them. They don't need them to get all the answers. I'm sure they've got a lot of answers and a lot of things, and I'm positive that they're working behind the scenes. They have had so many phone calls over the last few days since Duty Rom says the case going cold. Hawkins County, TBI, their phones has been blowing up with people asking, is her case cold? And they're letting them know it's not. So, I just wanted to, let you guys know that I don't know if you've called personally or not, but a lot of people have, and they're being told that this case is very much in progress and being worked on. So it's far from being cold. So I want to let people know that. Yeah, I am. PG, you're funny. Yeah, I think I am. Most people laugh, even when I'm trying to be serious, right? Even when I'm trying to be serious, people laugh, right? I guess, I guess that's a good thing. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Um, all right, you guys. I appreciate each and every last one of you being in here tonight for Summer. I appreciate you supporting her channel. God bless. Much love. Much love. Keep the prayers going up for Summer. I ask every night that you please keep them prayers going up for Summer. I know God's listening. I know He's hearing each and every one of our prayers. And I know He is doing all He can to answer our prayers. I know this is on. I don't question God. God works on His time. It's all on His time, and I respect that. But I know He is definitely opening our eyes, and He's letting us see the truth. And it's just a matter of time. The truth is going to be completely revealed, and we are going to find Summer. We're going to bring her home, and we're going to get justice, because God knows how much we want it, how much we need it, especially the boys. So please just keep those prayers going up for this baby. That's what I ask. Keep the prayers going up so God will keep answering. And also pray for one another. I don't know what anybody in here needs, but I know that God does. God does know what you need. And I pray that He answers each and every one of our prayers in the name of His Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. If you get time while you're saying all of these prayers, send one up for PG as well. And mine. I appreciate it. Prayers are the best thing you can give anyone. Just put your hands together, bow your head, pray in the name of Jesus Christ, and God will listen, and He will hear. Trust and believe He is listening, and He will hear. God's there for us. He loves us, right? And He don't love any one of us no more than He loves another. He loves us all the same. So send those prayers up in the name of Jesus. Amen. God bless. Good night, everybody.